Welcome to a week in the life of a final year medical student studying at Imperial College London. I'll be showing you the highs and lows of studying medicine and what I get up to in a typical week, what I do in my spare time and how I try and balance it with a little bit of wholesomeness whilst living in the big city. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, then hi, my name's Shivani and I make videos on medicine, fashion, beauty and lifestyle. And if you're not new here, then thank you so much for coming back and I hope that you are all enjoying the content. I'm in final year now, so the stress levels are essentially continuous, so that's great. But I thought that I would do a week in the life currently. So I'm starting this vlog on a Tuesday. I think it's the right day today, yes it is. Starting this vlog today, which is a Tuesday. This morning we had a formative online. It was only an hour, but it was like 50 questions and it was in like timed conditions, etc. So that was online, so I did that. And then I was gonna go to the clinic this afternoon in the hospital, but I decided to do like my own studying this afternoon and then I'll go to the clinic on Thursday and Friday this week. Currently I am on senior medicine and my allocated ward is the gastro ward. So far, this is my second week now, we've had a lot of teaching which has been really helpful and really good. The gastro ward itself is quite small, so that means the ward round's quite short, which is also nice. But yeah, the team's really good, but I do want to get some more exposure to clinics and more ward rounds and things, so that's coming up this week and next week. I've been having a bit of a lull period this morning after the mock, and I feel like I need to just go out and get some fresh air and like get my heart rate up. So I'm gonna go for a quick run, come back, have a shower and then get on with things. I will just take you along this week, show you what I get up to as a final year medical student at Imperial. So I went downstairs, opened the door, and it is pissing it down. Today is just not my day. Like, I don't know what is happening today, but everything is just literally not going to plan. Can't. Unless I just do it in the rain. I do have a hood. Do I want to? That's kind of gross. Maybe you're wet then. Do you know what? I might just do like a quick 10-minute one in the rain. I did end up going for the run in the end. I came back, washed my hair, and then I just got up to things around the house. So I did some basic chores like the dishes and the washing. I then studied for a few hours. I looked over some conditions and did some questions. It was time to practice my respiratory examination, so I did this on my pillow. And then me and my flatmate took a late night trip to Tesco and bought some bits. The rest of the evening was spent cooking. I actually made 2 meals. One was like a stir fry thing, and then the other one was this Thai green chicken and potato soup. And then for dessert, I had scones and I watched Made in Chelsea. Absolutely typical of me forgetting to record, but I spent the day in Notting Hill with my flatmate Topher. But today's been really fun. I had a really nice time with Topher in Notting Hill, and surprisingly, I haven't actually been to Notting Hill that much, and like I think I've only seen the sort of coloured houses and all that kind of stuff like once maybe since being here, so I really wanted to go again and get some content there. So we did that, we made like a day out of it, it was super cute. We also went to this cafe called the Farm Girl and I got the rose latte, that was peng. And I actually have tutoring in like an hour and a half, so I'll probably do some liver conditions because I'm on gastro at the moment, so that's probably a smart thing to do, and then tutor, and then after that I'll have dinner. In case anyone does want to see, these are my new glasses from Specsavers. They look really cool. They're like a bit different to my other ones. They're more square, my other ones were a bit more round. Fun fact, I used to wear glasses full time and essentially be blind when I was younger, and then when I was around, I think maybe 11, 12, I kid you not, it was like, you know in Spider-Man when he gets bitten by the spider and then he wakes up in the morning and then he can suddenly see everything, he's like super strong and everything. I kid you not, that literally happened to me. I woke up, I went to put my glasses on and I was like, hold on a second, it's blurrier with my glasses. Why is this the case? And then I went to the optician and the guy was like, it's a miracle, I don't know how your prescription's changed, but it has, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, fun fact about me, my eyes magically fix themselves. Yeah, okay, I am gonna stop rambling now and go and actually do some work because I'm going in for a long day tomorrow on the gastro ward, so I need to, you know, not look stupid. I spent a couple of hours looking over some liver conditions, as I said, and then I had some dinner and watched Love is Blind. Today I was going into the hospital, so it was my typical morning routine of packing my lunch and making my morning coffee. I had to get the bus to Hammersmith Hospital. I spent the morning having teaching, and then after a short lunch break I went to the gastro clinic for the afternoon. Literally just coming home now. It's like 8:30. I finished at like 7:30. We basically had sim teaching at 5, which was really useful. We went through like emergency scenarios and how we would manage it like as junior doctors, so it was really helpful. It just overran, but very grateful to have the teaching for us anyway. So I'm so tired. When I get in I'm gonna have dinner. I'm starving, and then I think I'll update you on exactly what I did in the hospital today. I couldn't be bothered to cook, so I made my go-to packet ramen. This is the best packet ramen. And to treat myself, I bought a Krispy Kreme donut. On here to give you a quick update. So this morning at 8 o'clock we had teaching online, and then after that I kind of leisurely went into the hospital because the ward round doesn't start until later. So I had some breakfast and then I headed in for like, I think I reached at around 10. Went to the library for a bit, got some bits done, and then we were meant to have teaching on the gastro ward with one of the regs, but they were really busy, so he had to cancel, unfortunately. So instead, a bunch of us decided to do some like practice examinations, try find some patients to speak to, get some sign-offs done, that sort of thing. So it was kind of a bit of a bitty day, but ended up actually being super productive because I kind of got the information I need for a sign-off. I watched a drain today. So it's basically an ascitic drain is when you've got a like excess fluid in your tummy, in your abdomen, and then they put a needle in to drain the fluid out. So I got to see that, which I've never seen before, which was really good. And then I finished at around, I decided to leave at around 2:30, came home for about 3:30 because there was loads of traffic on the bus, unfortunately. And I hadn't eaten lunch. I just had some biscuits on the ward, so I just had something quick to eat now. I didn't want to eat too much because I am going to get food at Westfield in the Westfield food court before I'm going to see Wakanda Forever today. So I'm going to the cinema this evening. I'm so excited. Today was a bit of an odd day because at some parts of the day I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I feel comfortable, I feel like I can do this when I'm a doctor, etc., like things I recognize. But then other times I'll get asked, I guess, specific questions that I just don't know, like, or it just doesn't come to mind, like first thing, I'm not able to like reel it off, and then I'm like, oh my god, like I literally feel so stupid. Like medicine is 6 years of chronically feeling stupid and stressed. I headed to Westfield in the evening, grabbed a quick bite to eat. I think I got Lebanese, and then watched Black Panther, which was absolutely amazing. Saturday was a really chill day. I had a relaxing lie-in. I then proceeded to do the weekly household chores. I spent a bit of time doing work before I headed to my friend's house where we ordered food and watched the proposal and had some very wholesome girly time. We also did some painting as well, which I'll show you in a bit. I really fancied egg bread this morning, so I made myself some, along with a coffee, standard morning routine. I then put oil in my hair and washed it, and then I spent a bit of time editing my video and I got that up and running all within good time. Did my most recent video and uploaded it and did the thumbnail and everything all within an hour, which I think is probably a new record because it normally takes me so much longer. So that's done now. I'm not gonna lie, today has been a bit of a slower day than I wanted, and I actually had a lot of stuff on my to-do list which I didn't really end up doing, and I just ended up procrastinating, and then I ended up watching a movie which was not the plan. And I ended up watching Blonde, which is the movie about Marilyn Monroe that's on Netflix. So I kind of got distracted. I was only meant to watch like a little bit of it while I did my eyebrows, but then I ended up watching all of it and it was so long. I was like, okay. Anyway, so today has not been the most productive day, but it's okay because it's the weekend, and the weekend is meant for rejuvenating, and I had a busy week last week. So I feel like I am relaxed, but I also feel very guilty that I haven't actually done much studying at all this weekend, and I'm generally like in a whole stressful mindset about final year anyway. So okay, so it's 20 past 6. I've literally just wasted the whole day. Okay, it's 20 past 6. I do need to do a acute case report. So basically at med school we have our sign-offs for each placement, and they can be practical things like giving an injection, taking bloods, whatever, but they can also, some of them are also, you have to present a case that you've seen and talk about it, and talk about how you manage it, investigations you do, what you think is going on, etc. So that has completely slipped my mind this weekend, so I'm probably going to write that up now and get that done because I want it to be signed this upcoming week, because it's my last week. So I'll do that, and I think after that I'm gonna do maybe half an hour, 45 minutes of just questions. Like I might do past med questions or questions on this other on like or this other question bank that we have access to. I might do some of that so I feel less guilty. But yeah, it's just one of those really. It's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna make this upcoming week really productive. I didn't really feel like cooking, and I realized I didn't have the right ingredients to make what I was gonna make anyway, and all the shops were closed. So I've decided to go get some KFC. I've been fancying it all week, and treat yourself, why not?
Got the KFC classic gravy mega box and watched Enola Holmes at the same time. Monday morning was spent on the ward. I got a couple of sign-offs done, spoke to a few patients, took a few histories, and then I went and got my COVID and flu vaccination. I've been putting it off for a while, so it was time. On the way back from placement, I popped into Lidl and did my weekly grocery shop, and then I had tutoring for a couple of hours after this.
Just finished tutoring, and I'm thinking that it wasn't very smart to get a double vaccination, because now I feel so like out of it, and my arm's really hurting, and then my other arm is actually not hurting as much, but I can feel that it's like gonna get sore. So yeah, maybe getting 2 vaccinations wasn't the smartest idea.
I managed to get some work done, did a few questions before making some pesto pasta and watching Harry Potter with Topher. Tuesday morning was really heavy on teaching. We had sim teaching in the morning. This is our little sim man. Then we had blood culture tutorial and administering IV fluids. We then had a tutorial with one of the consultants. And then after lunch, we had some more teaching. When I got home, I did a bit of work, and then I got in the bath because it was a long day.
So I've been on the ward this morning, the gastro ward, and we had some teaching with the reg, which was really good. And I was really glad because yesterday I did a bunch of studying on liver conditions, and it came up when we were talking about it today. It was really nice to have it all sort of pieced together in learning today. Today is so far a much better day than other days this week. I've just been having like a really weird thing. I'll talk about it later. So now I'm off to a prescribing tutorial with our clinical fellow, and then we actually have Wednesday afternoons off, but I might go back to the ward and do a discharge summary depending on time. So yeah, today has been a good morning. I'm feeling a lot happier, and I will break it all down this week and all the feelings I've been feeling later on.
We had a tutorial on taking ABG, so this was really useful.
I've just finished for the day. Wednesdays are half days anyway, We had a clinical skills session on arterial blood gases, so I've got that signed off. And it was a good opportunity to practice too. So yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna get the bus back home now.
For lunch, I got a burrito from my go-to place, Tortilla, and I watched some Friends while I ate this.
The last week has been quite a tricky one actually, where I've kind of found myself in a bit of a odd headspace. I don't really know how to describe it, but I feel like in final year it's like a combination of feeling like you're like, the best analogy that I've thought of for final year is like we're walking through mud. Like, it feels like I'm walking through mud. It's just really slow, like heavy, stagnant. Like, I think that's probably the best way to describe it, stagnant. And that's how I've been feeling since essentially final year began. And one part of me is really excited to start working, and I feel like I'm ready, but then another part of me is like, well, I feel like I'm not ready at all, and you know, I don't know anything, and all knowledge that I've had just goes out the window. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if I was in the hospital looking after this patient, what would I actually do? And that's obviously really stressful. And I think a lot of my peers are feeling the same way, so that's really reassuring. And most of the doctors who we're shadowing, who we encounter on placements, have been really supportive about it and reassure you, and that's all really nice, but obviously the worry's still going to be there. Yeah, final year has been feeling quite stagnant, like I'm pushing through. But then obviously finals are in March, which is significantly earlier than other years where they're normally in May, June. So that's also stressful. And on top of that, we've got the SJT to look forward to. So mine is in the second week of December. I managed to change it. I did originally have it one of the last slots in January, but I managed to change it. So I'm glad I did. And then I've got my driving theory at the end of this month that I booked ages ago, and just stuff like that. So this last week I have felt definitely quite drained. I felt like I've had to balance a lot of things, and on top of that my placement has been relatively intense, but in a good way, with lots of teaching opportunities, which has been really good. But yeah, so that's kind of been my feelings this last week, and I've had quite long days. I've been coming home pretty tired, and then I want to do some studying, but I feel so exhausted, so I kind of do a little bit, but really it's not effective studying, and sometimes I just don't have it in me, so I don't. And the weekend I really needed some me time. I really needed some time to just rejuvenate, get my energy back, and just relax. But then also it's quite easy to feel guilty about relaxing, because then you're like, well, I should really be studying, using this time to study or do something at least proactive, etc. Final year is a lot of jumping through hoops. Emotions are kind of like a bit all over the place. Also, I wasn't really sure whether I should talk about this in this vlog, but I feel like I probably should. Kind of mentioned about feeling a lot of emotions and getting overwhelmed, and emotions being, you know, a roller coaster in med school, but mostly in final year. In that, it's very easy, and part of that roller coaster is feeling really excited that this time next year you're going to be a doctor, and you're going to be doing the job that you spent 6 years studying, and you're going to be doing what you want to do essentially, and earning money, and the next step in adulthood, and you're going to be a working gal and all this, and that's all really exciting. But on the flip side of that, there is sometimes like a little voice in the back of my head that kind of pipes up a bit and it questions whether I'm good enough, and whether I'm a safe doctor, whether I'm going to be a safe doctor and practice safely, whether I have enough knowledge about things to do this. It can actually get quite overwhelming. So stupid, why aren't you even crying about it? I think the reason why I'm getting upset, I actually haven't cried this week, which is probably why it's all coming out now, because I'm actually thinking about it as I'm talking about it and reflecting. Because it is scary, right? Like, you're literally going to be looking after people. And I feel like it's been a long 6 years. I'm just running out of energy to keep going and keep psyching myself up, and you know, every single thing seems difficult. I do feel better though. I did not anticipate that I would get so upset when I'm like talking about things. So my plans for the rest of this afternoon / evening is to do a little bit of studying. I'm gonna get my final sign off tomorrow, so that's my last day of senior medicine, and next week is senior surgery, which I'm really excited for because I'm interested in surgery. So hopefully I'll be able to learn a lot of new things and, you know, just get an insight as to what that would be like.
I was going to end the vlog yesterday, but I didn't want to end it on a low, so I thought I'd just give a quick update today and end it today because I feel a lot better. So this morning I went onto the ward, saw some patients on the ward round. On where we are, the gastro ward round is so short, it's great. It's like half an hour max, maybe 40 minutes, because you don't have to review the patients every single day on the ward round. So it's like short and snappy, which I love. hate really long ward rounds, like it's just so tiring. And then we had teaching with the gastro reg at 11. I also got my final sign-offs, so I've now finished senior medicine and I'll be going into senior surgery next week, so that's exciting. And then also we had this quiz thing, which happens also at the end of each placement, where you have 20 questions to do. It's like a quiz, and then you go through the answers with a sort of lead clinician teacher person. So we had that, which was okay. In the afternoon I was meant to have bedside teaching with our clinical fellow, similar to what we had the other day, but then I started to feel really sick and like just really like unwell, and it's all to do with my period basically, because I started that a couple of days ago and I have a really heavy flow, and yeah, like the back pain, feeling sick, general symptoms just started as soon as I finished the quiz. So then I was like, right, okay. So I decided to come home and I'm going to try reschedule that teaching session with the clinical fellow, because he's really nice about it, so I think he'll let me. We're in the same place anyway for senior surgery, so I'll be able to catch up on it. When I came home I had a light lunch and then I took some painkillers, and now I feel a lot better, and this is like the first time where I'm just, you know, like lying down feeling relaxed about things, because all my sign-offs are done. I feel like the tutorials today went well, so compared to yesterday I'm in a much better headspace, bar feeling a bit sick and generally meh right now physically. I actually fell asleep, so I had a nap for about an hour and a half, but I woke up feeling so much better, so I definitely think I needed that nap. So now I am going to get on with making some dinner. Really craving some home cooked food, so I really want roti, and I did kind of want dal, but I think it's going to be easier if I just make like some sort of veggie curry or something. I've been absolutely obsessed with lo-fi Bollywood music lately. Literally for like the last 2 weeks, all I've listened to is lo-fi Bollywood. When I'm going to placement, I'm moving placement, anytime in between, it's just so good. Like, I don't know if you can hear this. Also, just a little trick that has literally saved me so much time. I like to cook like fresh stuff quite a lot, and most of the time I find myself spending so much time on chopping the onion, the garlic, the chili, the ginger, whatever I'm using. And after being advised from Shivani and Christian, my sister and brother-in-law, I started freezing everything apart from onion though, because onion I feel like it's fine to just chop it, whatever, but garlic, which is like really tedious to peel, and ginger and stuff, I literally like I'll grind it all up and then I'll just stick it in one of these like Ziploc bags, and then just break however much I need off. I've got my green chilies in here as well, and I do need to make like a new batch of garlic. So I literally just buy the garlic and ginger in bulk and just do it all in one go. And it honestly saves me so much time. I know you can already buy the cubes as well, but none of the shops near me seem to have the cubes. And it's kind of therapeutic doing it on your own. Yeah, a little tip as a student or working person, that will save you a lot of time in the long run. Also, I forgot to tell you guys that my elective has been approved. So I am going to Thailand for 3 weeks, and then I'm going to Bali for 2. And I'm so excited. I paid the fees this week and I'm getting the ball rolling because I don't want to have any stress when it gets closer to finals. I want to get it all sorted now. And honestly, I'm like thinking about things that I want to do there, and I'm so excited. And also I'm going to eat such good food for 5 weeks. Thai food is one of my favourite cuisines. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. I'm so excited. So when I was having loads of trouble sleeping back in 5th year near exam time and things, then my sister actually bought me one of the it's the deep sleep pillow and body mist, and it's called the Ritual of Jing. There's sacred wood and lavender. So essentially, okay, well the back of it says, escape the hectic pace of everyday life through deep relaxation and restful sleep. So if you are having any trouble sleeping and are in the search of a sleep like mist, etc., then I do highly recommend this one. It is kind of expensive though. I think this was around £15, but it's lasted a long time. Like, I've used it loads and I've literally only used this much, so I think it's worth it. And then the other thing that I'd recommend is also lavender body wash from Lush as well. Like, if you have a shower at night and then use that, then you feel nice and, you know, relaxed when it comes to sleeping. I've just washed the mask off and done my skincare routine, and now I am just gonna watch some more Friends in bed, chill for a bit, and then I'm gonna head to sleep. So I think I'm gonna end the weekly vlog there. Well done for sticking around to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And until next time, see ya.